An 8-man tag team match was up next from Sunny Voyage on September 30th, 2024. And these are always crazy. Sometimes they're cringeworthy to me, but this one was pretty solid. It's all Naomichi Marufuji, Takashi Sugiura, and Masa Kitamiya and Yu Owada take on Daga, Super Crazy, Dragon Bane, and Alpha Wolf. So you see what we got here? We've got Team Japan, versus Team Mexico. And dare I say it, I think Team Mexico was a little more over with this crowd. How crazy is that? Maybe it's because of their high flying, flipping, flopping stuff that they do that only Lucha can do and do right. I don't know. But I was definitely for Marufuji, Sugiura, Kitamiya, and Owada. But let me ask you this. Who in the world was Kanye West for? That's right, old Kanye West out there in the crowd. Hey, anytime somebody well-known, famous, whatever, can come over to Japan and put Noah over by their presence, I'm all for it. The wrestlers greeted him and almost felt at times they were sort of wrestling for him at some point, trying to impress him on some level. And I don't say that in an insulting way, it just sort of felt that way. But this started out beautifully. Not that it ever got bad necessarily, but this started out when you don't ignore the referee. When you don't bury the referee in these style of matches, that's what I love. And for the first 3/4 of this match, they did not. And they worked terrific tag team rules. Now, of course, you got Daga in there who's going to do his crap, who's going to try to get away with things. He's a heel. And I'm fine with heels wrestling like heels, but again, that's not the same thing as burying the referee. Daga started off with Marufuji. He had something to prove. He wanted to show Marufuji that he was a junior heavyweight champion, by God, but he could go toe-to-toe with the genius of the Arc, and he kind of proved that he did. He really did a good job in there with Marufuji, both of them laying it in on each other, but both of them standing looking at each other in the end. Then we had Dragon Wolf tag himself in. He came in against Marufuji, put on a show to some degree, but before long we had Owada in there. And let me tell you what, man, Owada is freaking over, if you hear what I'm saying. The crowd loves Yu Owada. And that's pretty cool. I'm a fan of Yu Owada myself. He did very good against the big Dragon Wolf and showed that he belonged. Wolf dominated him strength-wise and tagged in Bane. Alpha Wolf, I'm sorry. Dragon Bane. I get these, one's Dragon Bane, one's Alpha Wolf. Sorry, forgive me if I get their names mixed up. I know the difference, but sometimes my mouth doesn't. But Dragon Bane comes in there, takes care of Yu Owada in the corner. Both him and Alpha Wolf tag team him in the corner together, sort of beat him up. But Owada gets away from it and gets a big flying crossbody on Dragon Bane to show that he belongs in this match and tags in Sugiura. Sugiura comes in and goes to town on Dragon Bane, but Dragon Bane doesn't back down. He's not afraid of the killing machine. Kicks him a few times before getting speared by Sugiura, and big time avalanche brain buster. Sugiura loves that move. We love that move. He nails it on Dragon Bane here. Should end a match, but of course in an 8-man match, he's going to be saved by Alpha Wolf. Of course he is. He comes in and breaks up any kind of pinfall attempt, takes it to town on Sugiura, hits a big moonsault off the top rope onto Sugiura. Bane hits a standing moonsault onto Sugiura, but Sugiura manages to tag in our number 1 contender, Masa Kitamiya, and he's in there again, super crazy. Both of them use their big hulking bodies to go at each other, shoulder blocks, tackles, takedowns. Kitamiya wins that battle, and this is where it starts breaking up a little bit. This is where, I'm not saying they're burying the referee necessarily, but our Lucha team wants to come in here, all 4 guys at once, and beat up Masa Kitamiya, which they do. We get a crowd shot then of Kanye West out there in the crowd and his small entourage as well, watching with smiles on their faces. But again, the Luchadors just continue to sort of ignore the rules here towards the end of this match, trying to beat up Kitamiya, trying to take him out. It's working for some time. Los Cobolderos, or however you say it. Someone sent me a translation and broke it down how to pronounce it. Thank you. I looked at it several times. I will get it down eventually. But I'm talking about Alpha Wolf and Dragon Bane doing what they do to Kitamiya. All 4 of the Luchadors diving tope suicidas to the outside to the members of Team Japan. Again, all 4 of the Luchadors are back in the ring with Marufuji coming in and trying to help out Kitamiya. Manages to do so with that heel hook on Daga. Sugiura's in the ring and delivers a big German suplex, belly-to-back suplex on Alpha Wolf. These guys are coming back with a storm, and it is good to see it. Also, Yu Owada comes in off the top rope onto Dragon Bane. That allows Masa Kitamiya to get up and fight his one-on-one battle again, thankfully, against Super Crazy. These two are still the two legal men in the ring. Our number one contender, Masa Kitamiya, hits the big Saito suplex on to Super Crazy, and Super Crazy was over with this crowd, let me tell you, and wins the match for Team Japan. They're not Team Noah, that's a different faction, but they are Team Japan against Team Mexico. Team Japan wins this. Dog is outside the ring, not really worried about the outcome, confronting Marufuji, telling him, I want a singles match with you. I want a singles match with you, damn it. And we'll probably see that down the line as our winners celebrate with their hands raised in the middle of the ring. And the bad guys, Team Mexico, go up to high five and shake hands with Kanye West. They want to get that in there. But still, our winners, Sugiura, Owada, Kitamiya, and Marufuji, in an excellent 8-man tag team, even though I'm not a big fan of how the rules sort of broke down at the end. But hey, the right guys won, even though they tried to take advantage of them by ignoring the referee and going in there doing what they do. But big win for Team Japan here.